evening, and welcome to Portland State University's Viking Pavilion, where this evening we gather to celebrate the graduates of Ida B. Wells Barnett High School. At this time, I would like to welcome to the stage Portland Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Kimberly Armstrong, Portland Public Schools Chief of Schools Dr. John Franco, Portland School Board Director Christy Splitt, Portland School Board Student Representative J.J. Concevi, our own Principal Aisha Conning, Vice Principal Jill Altman, Business Manager Erica Caldwell, Faculty Speaker Dr. F. Joshua Winnicky, our ASB President and Master of Ceremonies Jade Marotta, and myself, Theater Director Jamie Miller. Now at this time, I would like to welcome the faculty and staff of Ida B. Wells Barnett High School. And now, we are pleased to welcome the class of 2025.
Good evening. On the behalf of the class of 2025, welcome family, friends, and faculty to our commencement ceremony. My name is Jane Murata, and I've had the honor of serving as ASB president for the class of 2025, and the even greater honor of growing up alongside so many of you over these past 4 years. Together as a class, we've faced challenges, shared memories, and supported one another in ways that have shaped not only our high school experience, but who we are becoming. Tonight isn't just a celebration of academic achievement. It's a moment to pause and reflect on the journey that took us here and the people who walked it with us. We're here because of all of you who stood by us, supported us, and believed in us. You shaped who we are, as every graduate here had a team of people who helped them be at this moment we are at now. So thank you, parents and guardians, for supporting us, teachers for passing on your knowledge, administrators, counselors, librarians, school staff, security guards, and community members. Your dedication behind the scenes helped carry us to this moment. So let's celebrate this unforgettable milestone together, not just as individuals, but as a community that made it here together. But before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to thank the special guests who are joining us on stage this evening. We are honored to have you here with us. I would now like to introduce seniors Katie Lohman and Amelia Fitzpatrick. Katie is a member of the Karuk tribe of Northern California, and Amelia is a member of the Nez Perce tribe. We are honored to have them present our land acknowledgement this evening.
Ayuki, Hudkich.
Hello, how are you?
My name is Katie Achevish Lohman.
And I'm Amelia Fitzpatrick.
We are endlessly proud to stand with the class of 2025 on our special day. Thank you for this honor. We are here to ask you to remember that we stand on the original homeland of proud Indigenous peoples. To the Multnomah, Cowlitz, Cathlamet, Clackamas, Chinook, Tualatin, Kalapuya, Malala, and others, this was home. It still is.
On this day, it is appropriate to recall the historic mistreatment of these tribes, not to lament it, but to remind us that we can do better. Today, we proudly acknowledge Ida B. Wells High School's commitment to honor the histories of the original inhabitants of this land and to remember their often deplorable treatment.
To respectfully remember these communities in this way, we help dignify the lives of all Indigenous peoples and their histories. We encourage each of you, especially our fellow graduates, to personally learn about the histories of these tribes and to honor them in your own way. They paid a steep price. Your respect is due.
As we face a rapidly changing climate and an uncertain future, let us also remember that honoring these communities means continuing to care for the land they have stewarded for generations. Let us strive to protect and sustain it, not only in memory, but through action. Thank you.
Thank you, Amelia and Katie. Now let's recognize two groups who have already performed for you this evening. Our first is our chamber orchestra, who played our entrance music. This year, our chamber's orchestra and 4 student string players went on to place at their district PIL competitions and won, and then went on to state and placed well in their state championship competition. Tonight, their musics included Viva Rossini, arranged by Lloyd Conley, The Entrance of the Queen of Sheba, arranged by George Frederick Handel, The Chronicles of Narnia, arranged by Larry Moore, and The Lover's Waltz, arranged by Andrew Dubinsky. Our second group that performed is a combination of our concert and symphonic bands. We have a very robust band program that actively competes and performed, and tonight they played Another Brick in the Wall by Roger Waters and Pump and Circumstance by Edward Igler. And they will play Enter Sandman by Hedrick Urich Hamlet during our recession as well. We are now pleased to introduce the Ida B. Wells Singer Ensemble. This was a stellar year for the Ida B. Wells vocal music, as Wave, Well Singers, and 3 student singers all won their district PIL competition and went on to place well at their state championship competition. They will be singing Omnia Soul by Z. Randall Scope. Ladies and gentlemen, proud parents, dedicated teachers, and most importantly, the Ida B. Wells Barnett class of 2025. My name is Meredith Reese, and it's an honor to stand before you.
Graduation isn't just about a diploma. It's a celebration of years of hard work, late nights, and unforgettable moments. Today brings a mix of emotions: excitement for what's ahead, nostalgia for what we're leaving behind, and maybe a bit of fear of stepping into the unknown. Our time at Wells has been a journey. We've navigated early morning classes, challenging textbooks, and group projects. But we didn't do it alone. To our teachers, thank you. Thank you for staying late. Thank you for staying late for study sessions, answering our panicked emails, and pushing us to be our best. Your dedication did not go unnoticed, and we are forever grateful. To our parents and guardians, I'm specifically thinking of my mom. Thank you. Thank you for being our foundation. Whether it was helping with school projects, driving us to practice, or simply reminding us to take a deep breath, you have been our biggest supporters. We would not be here without you. To our friends, thank you. Thank you, yeah. Thank you for the shared notes, coffee runs during lunch, and the laughter through the stress. Whether hanging out in the hallways or dancing the night away at prom, you have made these years unforgettable. As we step into the future, I want to leave you with the words of Ida B. Wells Barnett. The way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them. Our principal believes deeply in these words. She once shared with me that before we can bring truth into the world, we must be true to ourselves. That honesty gives us the courage to lead, to serve, and to create change. Principal Conning, thank you for guiding us with truth and strength. So one last time, congratulations, class of 2025. We did it. Now please join me in welcoming Principal Aisha Conning to the stage.
Good evening, parents, guardians, families, Ida B. Wells staff, our special guests on stage, and of course, the class of 2025. I am Principal Aisha Conning, and I am honored to welcome you here this evening. Graduates, you are here tonight because of your determination and tireless effort to do what it takes to graduate from high school. You began high school in the aftermath of a global pandemic, returning to in-person learning during your 9th grade year, a transition that challenged students and educators alike. Your sophomore year was a period of readjustment as we all recalibrated expectations and reestablished classroom communities. Then came your junior year, marked by disruptions like No School November and a terrible winter ice storm. And yet, despite these challenges, just to name a few, you persevered. You made it to the finish line. And your accomplishments speak volumes. Ida B. Wells High School is sending students to over 100 colleges and universities, including some of the most prestigious institutions in our country, like Johns Hopkins, Princeton, the University of Southern California, Claremont McKenna, New York University, and many more. Collectively, you've earned approximately $3.5 million in merit-based scholarships. Some of you will attend community colleges in Portland, Eugene, and Bend with the support of the Future Connect Scholarship, making the first 2 years of college tuition-free. Over 20 of you will go on to play collegiate sports. I could go on about the awards, recognitions, and scholarships you've received for your academic brilliance, athletic achievements, and creative excellence. But tonight is not only a celebration of you, it's a celebration of everyone who helped you get here. Success rarely happens in isolation. Behind every graduate is a support system, people who have loved you, encouraged you, and believed in you even when you doubted yourself. Graduates, I want you to rise and take a moment to acknowledge your families, especially your parents and guardians, and their unwavering support throughout our journey. So stand up, see if you see them in the crowd, just give them an applause, blow them a kiss. All right, thank you, parents. All right. All right, let's have a seat. Thank you so much. As you step into the next chapter of your life, I want to leave you with a powerful idea that maybe you haven't heard of before. It's called asteya, A-S-T-E-Y-A. It's a Sanskrit word that means non-stealing. I was a high school history teacher for a decade, and I have a profound love of history. Not just the timelines and events, but the ideas, the philosophies, and the human stories that have shaped civilizations. So tonight, I want to share a piece of that passion with you by exploring the history of this word. Asteya is one of the core ethical principles in ancient yoga philosophy. It was first written down over 2,000 years ago in an Indian text known as the Yoga Sutras, compiled by a wise sage named Patanjali. These sutras are not about yoga poses or stretching, but rather they are philosophical verses, a guidebook for how to live a life of meaning, purpose, and inner discipline. They were written in Sanskrit, one of the oldest and most intricate languages in the world, crafted not just for daily conversation, but for the transmission of deep ethical truth. Asteya, translated as non-stealing, may sound simple, but in the context of its history, it is a powerful idea. It's much more than the principle of not taking someone else's possessions. It's about respecting what belongs to others, whether it's possessions, time, credit, trust, labor, or emotional energy, and only taking what is freely given. It calls us to live with integrity and awareness and to reject entitlement in all its forms. Asteya asks us to be deeply mindful of how we move through the world and what we consume, claim, or demand. And it is considered essential to societal harmony thousands of years ago, and yet it feels more relevant than ever today. As a former history teacher, I often say that history is not just about the past. It is about learning how to live in the present with greater insight and responsibility. Studying ancient philosophies like those found in the Yoga Sutras reminds us that people across time and cultures have wrestled with the same moral questions we face now. How should we treat others? What do we owe our communities? What does it mean to live a good and just life? In learning from the past, we equip ourselves to make better choices in the future. History shows us that values like asteya don't just shape individuals, they shape societies. And each of you, as graduates, will help shape the society you are inheriting. The principle of asteya is also reflected in the legacy of Ida B. Wells, whose name will forever be tied to you. She never sought unearned power. She didn't steal attention or comfort by remaining silent. She gave voice to the voiceless. She told the truth when it cost her dearly. She lived by the spirit of asteya, even if she never spoke the word. Understanding her story and the stories of those who came before us is vital. When we study history, we don't just learn dates or names, we learn how people responded to injustice, how courage was cultivated, and how change was made possible. In a time when truth was suppressed, Ida B. Wells wielded truth as a weapon in a society designated to marginalize her, and she refused to stay silent. Graduates, you are the stewards of history now. How you act, lead, speak, and serve will become part of the historical record for future generations. Let the legacy of Ida B. Wells and the ancient philosophical concept of asteya remind you your integrity matters, your voice matters, your understanding of where we've been will shape where we go. In closing, thank you for listening, class of 2025. Be intentional. Let your success never come at the cost of someone else's dignity. Contribute more than you consume. And remember that the most powerful lives are built not on what we take, but what we give. Congratulations to the class of 2025 and your families.
Our next speaker is Salia Muhammad, a dear friend of mine. To know Salia is to feel seen, heard, and valued, as she is a way of making people feel that they belong. But what I admire most about Salia is that she is what you would call a bridge builder, as she always creates community wherever she goes by being the kind of person who appreciates and uplifts the diverse backgrounds and experiences of those around her. Whether she's offering a kind word in the hallway or organizing an event, she creates spaces of belonging that reflect the best of who we strive to be, and in doing so, she inspires us all to do the same. Please join me in welcoming the incredible Salia Muhammad.
Good evening. In my faith, we greet one another with Assalamu alaikum, meaning peace be upon you. So to my fellow graduates, our dedicated faculty, and the family and friends joining us tonight, Assalamu alaikum. It is an honor to stand before you this evening as we come together to celebrate this incredible achievement. I still remember my first day at Ida B. Wells. I was standing outside Mr. Braddock's office with my new class schedule in hand, completely lost. And even though my sisters had walked those same hallways before me, it did not make them feel any more familiar. But little by little, I found my way. I forged friendships that will last a lifetime and learned how to hold on to who I was while still allowing myself to grow. Graduates, these past 4 years have not just been about memorizing formulas and writing essays. They were about learning who we are, discovering what it is that we stand for, and how to move forward with our lives even when we have no idea what will come next. Of course, there were days where we longed for this very moment, wondering if it could arrive any sooner. And with the support of one another, along with those in our lives who pushed us to be better, we finally made it. So as we sit here tonight, on the edge of the beginning of our bright futures, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge where we come from. I come from my best friends, the two extraordinary people from whom I received my name and my life's blood. Over 30 years ago, Zulfa and Muhammad Noor left behind everything they knew in Ethiopia, stepping into a world unfamiliar and uncertain. But they never let that stop them. They worked, they struggled, and through it all, they kept learning. They are the reason I have the privilege of being here tonight. So to my parents, Mommy and Baba, I love you and I'm forever grateful. Galatoma. But while my parents' story is one of resilience, others often end with closed borders and families being torn apart. This is the reality that we inherit, but it does not have to be the reality that we accept. As if tonight we have been given something so powerful, an education, a platform, and a choice and freedom of how we use this privilege. Let us not forget that the future is not something that we just step into, it's something that we shape. With the knowledge that we've gained, the values that we hold, and the voices that we have found, we have the power to build bridges instead of walls. We can be the generation that chooses empathy over indifference and action over silence. So as we celebrate all that we have accomplished, let us also make a promise to ourselves, to our teachers, parents, and to one another, that wherever we go from here, we will strive to make the spaces we enter more just. Because we are not only the graduating class of 2025, we are the leaders and the change makers of tomorrow. And our journey begins now. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, and congratulations again to the Ida B. Wells High School graduating class of 2025.
Thank you, Salia. That was beautiful. As a class, we were asked to nominate a teacher who shaped our experience at Ida B. Wells. And for so many of us, that teacher is Mr. Winnicky. He didn't just teach us content, he made us engage with it in ways that challenged our thinking, questioned our assumptions, and made us leave every class a little bit more curious. Oh, and of course, a little more stretched up from standing up, touching our toes, learning how to count to 12, which I don't know if we ever figured out why he did that. And those last few things, if you haven't had him as a teacher, you may think they sound kind of strange, but those students who are lucky enough to have him know exactly what I'm talking about. Mr. Winnicky has the admirable ability to bring energy, authenticity, and humor into every class. We'll miss him while he's teaching abroad next year and hope he returns soon to Ida B. Wells to continue impacting students and making a difference at our school. Please join me in welcoming our faculty speaker, Mr. Winnicky.
Thank you, Jade, for those kind words. Graduates, parents, friends, and teachers, we made it. We have arrived, the mirage in the distance. Graduation is upon us. Graduates, I'm honored to speak at this momentous occasion. I hope to convey 4 ideas in the short time I have. First is happiness. Second is bonus points for working together. Third is sit up straight and smile. And the last is Uncle Stan's 3 keys to happiness. Happiness impacts your physical and mental well-being. We just want you to be happy. Before the litany of things we do that make your life less happy, if not outright intolerable, realize that we are older than you. Older doesn't mean wiser. It means we have suffered more. And we don't want you to suffer. We have the long game in mind. That's what we tell ourselves anyway. We try. We collectively fund your education, a full ride for 13 years. We protect you from harmful products, driving, alcohol, drugs, maybe social media soon. We do our darndest to keep you fed and sheltered. We meticulously plan and strategize activities, lessons, and adventures, not just what, but how you learn, play, develop, constantly tweaking the formula. We experiment with gallery walks, block classes, project-based learning, case studies, grading, all intending to better your lives, to increase your happiness. It comes from a good place. Certainly, some actions are questionable. 92-minute classes, 26-minute lunch, stuffing you in a building with 1,500 other adolescents. Remember, we're older than you, not wiser, but we've been here longer. But we just want you to be happy. 4 ideas today. Happiness is done. Next, bonus points for working together. It's our superpower, folks. Learning to work with others, non-kin others, is the reason for jamming you into a building with everyone else your age. navigating through the halls with 1,500 adolescents in a state of physical, emotional, and mental flux. It's the naked and alone of working together. Physically speaking, us Homo sapiens are mediocre at best. Up until recently, we barely survived, hiding in the trees alone. Our conquering of the globe began 150,000 years ago in the cognitive revolution. We learned to control fire, arguably the greatest technological feat of our species, and we began to communicate, another amazing innovation. One theory postulates that we began sleeping more soundly with the protection of fire, leading to brain development and on to mastering the world. We arrive at this point not from individual efforts, but from our ability to work together. If you want to supercharge your learning, grab one or two or three others and learn together. You'll be forced to verbalize your understanding, to interpret their understanding, and you'll have more fun. And we just want you to be happy, remember. I give bonus points to students that study together. Just send me a photo of studying in a group. Then the grading police whispers on my shoulder, "Are they really studying?" They're cheating, just sending a photo. Point grubbing. Teachers, ignore the grading police voice. Award the bonus. Working together is our superpower. 100 humans versus 1 ape? I'll take the 100 every time. 4 ideas: happiness, working together, and now sit up straight and smile. It's really easy to trick our brains. Our brains are amazing with proper sleep. Do you know why the moon and sun are huge at sunrise and sunset? It's because they're closer. No, they're not. Our brains enlarge shapes that might be a human head, spherical. And next to the horizon, that sun just might be a person out in the distance, and so it makes it really big, because we might need to communicate with it. Floating in the sky, it's not a human. It's really easy to trick our brains. Before a test, I tell students to sit up straight and smile. Sit up straight, well, that just eases your future back pain. Just want you to be happy. But the smiling part increases your test performance. It's been duplicated in multiple studies. The treatment group simply puts a pencil in their mouth, and that's it. Flexing the smile muscles, tricking the brain that you're actually happy. And we perform better when we're happy. And smiling is contagious, more so than yawning. Try it. Do you remember how to get whatever you want from your parents? I don't know, a double scoop of ice cream, peanut butter or chocolate, maybe mint chip. When they talk, first make eye contact. Then smile. And every once in a while nod and raise your eyebrows a bit. What's crazy is you actually become interested in what they are saying. Probably some podcast about the benefits of walking barefoot, or the importance of sleep, or the detriments of eating ultra-processed foods, whatever podcast they just listened to. But then it really gets crazy. They see you being interested in them talking, and they feel empowered. They're important. Someone's interesting. Someone's interested. They become more animated and actually become more interesting. Then go out for that double scoop of ice cream. Happiness, bonus points for working together, sit up straight and smile, and now Uncle Stan's 3 keys to happiness. My Uncle Stan, may he rest in peace, he'd pull me aside at family gatherings. You only need 3 things, Josh, for happiness. Can you name one? Can you? 1, something to do every day. School, a place to be every day. A place to work with others, a requirement. 2, something to look forward to. A long weekend, spring break, graduating. Well, that one's checked off. The mirage in the distance keeps us going. And the 3rd key to happiness, tell someone near you what you think it is. And be sure to smile and raise your eyebrows while you do. Something to do every day, something to look forward to, and the third thing, someone to love. This requires meeting people, a lot of them, in real life. Put your phones down. Shut down the gaming system. Get outdoors. Go out to clubs. Get dressed up. Take the dog on a walk. Take risks. Happiness, bonus points for working together. Sit up straight and smile, and Uncle Stan's 3 keys to happiness. Something to do every day, something to look forward to, and someone to love. Class of 45 squared, congratulations.
It's now my honor to introduce Portland Public Schools Superintendent, Dr. Kimberly Armstrong. With over 20 years of experience in education, Dr. Armstrong has served as a teacher, coach, principal, and national education leader. As a proud parent and community member, Dr. Armstrong brings visionary leadership to Portland Public Schools. Please join me in welcoming our superintendent, Dr. Kimberly Armstrong.
Thank you. The aura of the guardians are with us. I was supposed to say that out there. There's a student out there somewhere. Wow, wait, 26-minute lunches? We need to fix that. Yes. Oh, wait, you all are graduating. You're done. No need to worry about it. Listen, really, I just want to thank you for showing up. I appreciate that you all chose, your families chose for you to attend Portland Public Schools, to attend Ida B. Wells, for you to take the journey and the steps needed to become a graduate of Portland Public Schools. I appreciate that. You know, I was out in the courtyard and watching all the families show up. I think Ida B. Wells is the 4th or 5th largest high school. I've been to all 9 graduations, and I gotta tell you, this is the largest crowd so far. And I also want to say probably the most amount of staff in the back supporting you too, so congrats there. Showing up is extremely important. I even went out and found some honorary family members, a group of them. I hear representing 3 states. Where are you at, my honorary family? I see you. Yes. All right. Well, really, it's just an honor to serve as superintendent, to welcome. I don't have lengthy words. Really, it's about showing up, choosing to show up every day. You've had wonderful words. I'm so looking forward to you graduating and this being that final step that you take. Also, it's my pleasure to introduce the video from our Portland Public Schools Board of Directors. So please turn your attention to the video screen at this time. Thank you.
Well, I definitely wish my classmates in the class of 2025 to chase their dreams with courage and embrace every opportunity as a place of growth, and to always remember your journey is uniquely yours.
Wow, my wish for the class of 2025, let's keep it practical, right? So as you're making it up on the stage to grab your diploma, I wish that none of you trip.
My wish for the class of 2025 is for all of you to know as you leave PPS that you've achieved a major milestone.
There's a young person watching you right now. There's a young person looking up to you. There's a young person that wants to emulate you and they want to be you. Success is not in just how much you make, but how far can you drive that person to want to be better.
Embrace change. Life is a continuous journey of growth.
I would say to find what you are most passionate about. And if you haven't found it yet, I hope you'll keep looking. I think if we can build our careers, our acts of service around things that we really love, it will make it so that every day feels like kind of part of your mission instead of something you have to just do in order to make a paycheck.
Whether if you're going to college, I always tell people, try a class that you've never heard of, because it could like lead to a new career that you never even imagined possible. If you're going out to a job right away, try a new hobby that you've never even considered. Have a friend introduce you to something that you've never tried.
That not everybody has a straight path that goes from high school to college to career to family, that there are multiple ways of being successful in life, that there is no one path to success. The key, though, is doing something while you're trying to figure it out.
So my wish is that you keep your old friends and make new ones.
You take lessons from the things that don't work out for you. You're going to have successes, and you're going to have times that aren't such great successes. And look at those and think, what could I have done differently?
What I think is great about my class is the advocacy and school spirit we see at all of our schools and the willingness to create change in our school communities.
Congratulations, class of 2025. Here's to you.
Congratulations, you made it.
Congratulations, class of 2025.
Congratulations, class of 2025. I know you're going to do amazing things.
To the class of 25, I say, go out and change the world. You are what we've been waiting for.
All right, and now, everyone, we will begin the presentation of diplomas. I know this is a tough one. We ask that you hold your applause so everyone is able to hear their name being said. Okay, so we want folks to hear their name being said and called. Seniors, you may now prepare to receive your diplomas.
Shadrach Wanzambi. Solomon Reinwein. Christian Sevilla. Michael Sage. Leah Waller. Caleb Stonecliffe. Clara McLaughlin. Max Peacock. Ethan Vauden. Aiden Vauden. Miles Bockelman. Owen Gerard. Addie Bonjour. Ruby Kimball. Madison Deal. Jovensky Spicer. William Emmel. Leonie Kirtley Filippo. Joseph Walker. Sumiko Paulin. Clara Foster. Fiona McLaughlin. Sophia Peck. Oliver Villarreal. Nicholas Uber. Casey Miller. Ava Malcolmson. Matt Smith. Jay Nguyen. Isaac Erickson. Nicholas Gettle Gilmartin. Lachlan Fergus Hussey. Henry Lindman. Cole Fraunfelter. Elliot Benjamin. Jamie Hunter. Nimko Hassan. Muna Robo. Majida Teba. Nolan Crum. Aaron Seth McCracken Thiers. Evan Hurley. Michael Cheers. Javen K. Andrico. Lena Kaiser. Matthew Din. Declan Keenan. Sam Waxman. Elias Hornbecker. Daka Swordfish. Samuel Demont Sims. Jade Marotta. Eliana Erdischek. Sivan Safran. Isabella Robinson. Erica Avila. Nate Olson. Zach Flinders. William Dacey. Flynn Mitchell. Dylan McCarthy. Riley Pettit. Jake Peterson. Will McLean. Carl Hollow. Elliot Matthews. Evan Hart. Otto LaPrate. Elliot Schwartz. Sid Holmes. Otto Rizzi. Mason Korek. Beckett Mercero. Henry Sunby. Tristan Deloy. Cruz Myers. Cricket Schulk. Elias Adams. Milo Reynolds. Layla Bravo. Gavin Sendelbach. Lake Erickson. Sophia Lopetrone. Ava Simone Gardner. Tristan Brindle Jensen. Addie Lovelace. Iris Rowan May Roberts. Abraham Seeker. Grace Yushin Barlow. Holly Rigglesworth. Millie Henson. Anya Leontovich. Kai Bird Grigsby. Electra Wood. Jalen Smith Parisi. David Vaught. Justice Taylor. Ethan Kaplan. Jago Parkinson. Dante Chavez. Ari Aquila. George Bilzanich. Belanzich. My apologies. I'll get it right the second time. Benjamin Belanzich. Marley Evans. Hudson Jones. Saul Drucker. Ami Kosak. Jonathan Williams. Lucas Laguerre. Madison Lewis. Story Rose Don Strozier. Treviante Williams. Cataluna Simpson. Kai Wisher. Ian Haddon. Jake Manning. Cody Roletto. Jacob Green. Porter James Sutherland. William Mathis. Jack Sanders. Murphy Hammond. Wyatt Andler. Ori Tzadok. Kellen Stanford. Cameron Von Ollenfeld. Francisco Aiden James Alanis. Grayson Klemchuk. Tyler Petrick. Spencer Reed. Jackson Poole. Olivia White. Ezekiel Prinzing. Sean Flinders. Parker Hartmeyer. Teague Zimmer. Riley Lochran. Ronan Rapaski. Midori Wakabayashi Karolo. Sophie McMillan. Grayson Matos. Braylon Graham. Ellie Hole. Meadow Merching. Luke Rao. Savi Kuhn. River Tokunaga. Duncan Bradford. Adam Gritman. Subasa Hartak Kawabuchi. Fraser Zahnizer. Owen Angulo. Lucan Hill. Trey Keiko. Gustus Dibble. Henry Hamilton. Elijah Betker. Elliot Knight Coffey. Max Scherzer. Cam Hammer. Ian Colmer. Owen Randall. Neptune Alexander Lynch the 12th. Grant Clemo. Gabriel Halverson. Everett Luberstedt. Jack Searcy. Theodore Rouse. Selma Isabel Ramirez. Kale Carolina Bartlett. Abril Romero Senovio. Casey Beckley. Kieran Crabtree. Amalia Dill. Alba Madden. Emma Allen. Violet Levin Greenhaw. Etta Brick. Wynn Brooks. Sebastian Tyler Porter. Hannah Kornblit. Peace Naslund. Jaden Dunbar. Zalea Breland. Lexi Jones. Abby Morris. Sophie Wetherill. Yulana Dvorsky. Ellen Murchison. Marissa Margolin. Avi Horowitz. Addison Feldgore. Ella Higgins. Elodie Anderson. Simone Taylor. Kaylee Kaschak. Lyra Roska. Sabine Vayette. Calvin Howarth. Parker Sherburne. Kieran Barker. Daniel Sherburne. Leonie Ben. Simon Cortez. Joel Abraham Van Kopp. Aiden Shirley. Ella Nelson. Brooklyn Nelson. Olivia Jacqueline Penner. Ian Vanderparen. Jameson Harry. Noah Morrison. Lucas Whitesides. Kyle Chen. Joshua Yin. Jake Muir. Jack Huntington. Gabe Ho. Co Seeker. Hayden Dennis. Mei Vu. Asher Upton. Andy Orego. Ember Morris. Maya Daniel. Palmer Anderson. Charlotte Lewis. Sadie Hyde. Cooper Williams. Anders Holmberg. Drake Christensen. Maya Harrington. Maxine Clark. Felix Vincent. Chance Torton Groves. Chase Ketchum. Savannah Carey. Bryce Vincent. Logan Williams. Theo Marquez. Costa Sagan Amador. Jackson Jones. Teo Lammers. Henry Pierce. Declan Mitchell. Lily Crow. Ada Pullen. Quinlan Black. Kieran Sawanka. Jocelyn Wong. Sophia Hunt. Kaya Tust. Julia Ivanov. Luisa Lungershausen. Olive Moore. Sylvie Heffron. Eden Evans. Zoe Hedrick Finninger. Lucille Lawyer. London Pummel. Solomon Fisher. Daniel James. Katie Twanto. Adelaide Jeffrey. Anthony Valenzuela. Anthony Quinn. Jocelyn Trombley. Rachel Vissers. Yunji Hatfield. Zoe Naji. Miriam Lookman. Anna Stifler. Gordon Nile. Ruth Dobratska. Graham Ackley. Henry Taylor. Owen Houston. Marbella Huerta Suarez. Zoe Pena. Jaden Marshall. Annika Ukis. Minka Whitaker. Daniel Mylander. Emmy Day. Joy Ford. McKenna Reed. Audrey Castor. Natalie Jakes. Katie Chavish Lohman. Claire Dixon. Kala Johnson. Ellen Catherine Fender. Autumn Hart. Etta Linda Kugel. Carlotta D'Onofrio. Avery Coker. Quinn Coker. Elise Colleen Mador. Miguel Vega Pascual. Shaden Belgard. Julius Winkleblack. Jack Skelton. Joe Henson Liebarger. Caleb Rigsby. Knox Maverick Orchard. Molly Kodesh. Elsa Weber. Aspen Trout. Kiara Shaylen Gallagher. Helena Stedman. Catherine Irene Douglas. Abby Powell. Josh Oganezov. Arlo Austin. Leeson Rose. Sophie Frengel. Brooke Swanson. Rachel Weber. Sophie Pito. Ruby Lawless. Sienna Simpson. Olive Elise Butler. Lillian Haley. Ava Kathleen Serbinski. Evan Niemeyer. Noah Osherov. Porter Rittenauer. Kira Faber. Marcos Torres. Taya Gipp. Jocelyn Dominguez Escutia. Delana C. Frank. Adam Lowles. Maxwell Hannafin. Dimitri Aspros. Trinity Caicedo. Miles Heath. Julian Hine. Ukiah Karai. Spencer Daggett. Abigail Skousen. Catherine Jansen. Ivy Gamalier McKenzie. Cole Casper Tatum. Era Mahoney. Eliana Walcott. Ansel Stanek. Dana Sendelbach. Harper Wicker Lensing. Suhail Mohammed. Assad Mukhtar. Abel Molina Moreno. Abdurrahim Ali. Firoza Mohammedzai. Sammy Shelton. Isaac Hooper James. Hanan Amin Mukhtar. Yosan Semon Araya. Ezra Sandoval Cifuentes. Sophia Divins. Grayson Adeline Buck. Lillian C. Dahl. Tuli Nafisa Shamsuddin. Tilly Yerba. Aaron Villarreal. Safi Kanzara. Orion Costello. Noah Zeitzer. Nash Matson. Chase Burkaw. Max Borgmeyer. Dylan Diamond. Baltazar Ovidio Mendez Hernandez. Corbin Egan. Kavika Kim. Andrew Brady Wright. Grant Alsbury. Vedika Shait. Forrest Holt. Raiden Yokoyama. William Kono. Joshua Cow. Calder Baker. Evan Totten. Benjamin Poor. Andrew Lesh. Owen Warren. Xander Rasmussen. Luca McKean Black. Lily Ann Boyle. Quentin Latimer. Baxter Ellis. Harlow Martin. Giselle Catherine Sophia Long. Ileana Musho. Kira Maria Kruger. Riley Hickey. Helen Mildenberger. Brooklyn Hall. Lilith Leora Eby. Lorenzo Vidoni. Lulu Bajali. Rory Daniels. Hayden Davis. Poppy Dibble. Clarissa Hirsch. Beatrix Gloth. Merritt Klaus. Kim Nguyen. Carly King. Alexandra King. Riley Milam. Sierra James. Anaya Cochran. Avila Hurd. Amelia Fitzpatrick. Lacey Cartwright Sodaway. Lucia Hagan. Meredith Freese. And Salia Mohammed.
All right, in just a few minutes, we'll conclude this ceremony with over 430 graduates and hands that I just shook. Hey, looks like everyone is almost seated. It is an honored tradition that our graduates are congratulated by our staff along the exit path. Families and graduates will then meet up in the park blocks. Faculty, you may go to line the path to the park blocks to congratulate our graduates. For our guests, our graduate slideshow will return following the recessional. Seniors, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Are you ready for the turning of the tassel? Move your tassels from right to left. I'm pleased to present the Ida B. Wells High School class of 2025. Congratulations and thank you for coming. Graduates, start your recessional. Graduates, start your recessional.